The drainage detail here. You thought of the rainy season.
Grandma Lauren mentioned the flooding. I wanted the seating to stay dry.
You listen well.
And the elders said the drainage detail was exactly right, and I'm thinking the roofing angle should catch the prevailing wind so it stays cooler. So for the next phase, we're thinking of expanding the garden area and maybe adding a small library.
Eri, yes? Finish this one first, before you begin anything new this season. Eri, I know you intend to. I'm asking you to make it a decision, not just an intention. There is a difference.
The theme this year is community. What does your community mean to you through your particular eye? We are looking for work that is honest, specific, and genuinely seen. Not technically perfect, genuinely seen. Submissions close in 2 weeks. I encourage every one of you with a gift to enter.
2 weeks.
And the theme is community.
What will you have to show? The sketchbook is a priestly instrument.
You're going to enter. Yes.
What about the shelter?
I can do both. The shelter takes another 3 weeks. I can work on the exhibition piece alongside it.
Are you entering because you want to prove something to your uncle?
Probably.
I told you I'd think about the gift differently after our last conversation. I have been thinking.
And?
A business contact of mine, Mr. Max, imports and exports, offices in the city. He wants to commission artwork for his new reception area. Large pieces, professional quality. He saw your shelter sketches when I showed them to him last month and said, this boy has something. I told him you were 12. He said, age is not what he is buying. He is buying the eye.
The exhibition is 2 weeks. I can do the shelter alongside it. The commission, Mr. Max won't need the work immediately. I can begin that after. She said finish the shelter first. But she didn't know about these 2 things when she said it. The circumstances changed. It just needs to be finished, submitted, done. It's good enough. The judges won't know what it could have been.
You are rushing.
I have a lot on right now.
I know. The thing worth doing is worth doing well.
Yes, ma'am. I know.
Do you?
I'm sorry. The work itself is genuinely good, but the mounting requirement was clearly specified in the submission brief. Without it, the judges cannot include it in the formal exhibition. It is a technical disqualification, not a creative one.
I didn't read the full brief.
I should have checked it with you at that point. I want something that says aspiration, success. Something a visitor walks into and feels, this is a company that has arrived. Professional, polished. Do you understand what I mean? Good. I will need to see the concept in 2 weeks. Your uncle speaks highly of your eye.
Yes, sir.
We are waiting for the drainage specifications. The boy said 2 weeks ago he would have them. I know.
The exhibition was rejected on a technicality. The commission is not going well, and the shelter is stalled. All 3 started in the same week. You said your mom told you to finish the shelter first. Yes. So the question isn't what went wrong with the exhibition or the commission. The question is why you didn't finish the shelter first. What were you really trying to do when you entered the exhibition? My uncle said a pencil is not a plan. And the exhibition felt like the answer to that. Like I could point at it and say, look, you were wrong, it is a plan, it is enough. But I already knew it was enough. The identity was already settled.
So why did you still need to prove it?
Because knowing it and believing it, enough to not reach for the fast door when it opened, those are 2 different things. I learned the 6th law. I haven't fully lived it yet. The rejection, the commission I can't get right, the shelter I abandoned. All 3 started the same week. All 3 went wrong in the same week. I bypassed 2 instructions this month, Mama's and Grandma Lauren's, and I walked through 2 doors before their season.
Tell me what you found on the other side.
A rejection for a technicality I would have caught if I had slowed down. A commission I agreed to without understanding the brief. A shelter standing half-built that a whole village is waiting for.
And what did you lose that you did not expect to lose?
the village elder's trust. Maybe. He hasn't said
Anything but his silence.
And?
The drawing I submitted. I look at it now and I know it was not from the right place. I rushed it from the wound. The king priest eye was not in it.
Yes. The obedience was not only about the instruction. It was about protecting what the instruction was protecting. She was present before the foundations of the earth were laid. She was beside the Creator as the master craftsman. She delights in the human race. This is not a distant authority pronouncing judgment from above. She is calling from the crossroads, from the gates, from the high places, loud, clear, persistent.
she was at my crossroads this month.
Yes, through your mother, through Grandma Lauren, through the unsettled feeling you had when you built the case for choosing both doors. She was there at every point, and she said, finish the shelter first.
But I thought I was smarter than the instruction.
This is what she saw, from above the intersection, before you took the first step on either of the fast paths.
The submission requirement, right there, at the third step.
Yes,
And the commission brief, around the corner. I couldn't see it from the entrance.
could she?
Yes, she was already there. She saw the whole path before I took the first step.
This is what obedience trusts. Not that the instruction makes sense from ground level, but that the voice giving it sees further than you do and is telling you what she sees. Hold on to instruction, do not let it go. Guard it well, for it is your life. Not a burden on the way to life, not a delay on the way to life. It is life itself.
Let it go because I thought the circumstances changed when the two doors appeared. That the instruction was given before those opportunities existed, so it couldn't account for them.
Wisdom knows about the opportunities. She gave the instruction after seeing them, not before. She said finish the shelter first because she saw the exhibition door and the commission door and the thorns on both bright paths.
She was protecting the drawing as much as the shelter.
Yes, the rushed exhibition piece was not rejected by a judge. It was diminished by the posture you brought to it. The instruction was protecting the king-priest eye. Pay attention to what I say. Turn your ear to my words. Do not let them out of your sight. Keep them within your heart. For they are life to those who find them and health to one's whole body. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. This was the real instruction. Not just finish the shelter. Guard your heart from the urgency that the wrong door produces. The urgency that says, act now, before the window closes, before someone else takes it, before you miss your chance.
That urgency, is it always wrong?
It is always worth examining. The right door in the right season produces a settled yes. The wrong door, even when it is genuinely good, produces an anxious yes. The anxiety is the signal.
I felt the anxiety. I called it excitement.
There was a king who received a clear instruction and obeyed most of it. He kept back a portion that seemed too valuable to release. He made a sacrifice with what he kept, something that looked devout, even generous. And the prophet said to him, to obey is better than sacrifice. To heed is better than the fat of rams.
I substituted my judgment. The circumstances changed. The instruction couldn't account for the new opportunities, for the full instruction.
And you made a kind of sacrifice with what you kept. You worked hard on the exhibition. You took him seriously, both real effort, but they were not the instruction.
Sacrifice instead of obedience.
It is the most common failure mode of capable people. Not rebellion. The confident substitution of their own good assessment for the full instruction. I want to be clear about something. Obedience in the kingdom is not blind compliance with any voice that speaks. It is not unquestioning deference to every authority.
Then how do I know which voice to obey?
You have been learning this for 8 episodes. The voice that has seen further than your own. The voice that comes from wisdom. The wisdom that was present before the foundations were laid. that delights in you, that is calling from your crossroads, not to restrict you, but to protect you from what you cannot yet see.
Mom's voice.
In this case, yes, because your mother has walked long enough to see the thorns on the fast path that you could not see from 12 years old. Her instruction carried wisdom's sight even when she did not explain it.
And if I learn to recognize that voice, I won't have to understand every reason before I obey.
You will simply need to trust the eye that sees further. Instruct the wise, and they will be wiser still. Every time you obey the instruction you did not fully understand, you become someone with more capacity to recognize wisdom next time she calls. You told Andrew the truth at the stream. You knew the sixth law in the garden. You did not yet believe it enough to not reach for the fast door when it appeared.
The exhibition was the wound trying to close itself.
Yes, and the wound that tries to close itself through performance and proof will always produce the rush drawing rather than the patient one. Because it is not seeking to make art, it is seeking to answer a question about worth. And that urgency corrupts the instrument.
The king-priest eye cannot work when the wound is driving.
The laws are connected. The sixth law, identity, was not fully applied in the eighth, and the eighth law's failure showed you where the sixth still has growing to do.
So the laws build on each other, not just forward, but also back.
Always. Each new law tests every previous one. The commission. What went wrong there?
Mr. Max wants polished and prestigious. My eye gives him the stream and Grandma Lauren. Both are real. They don't match.
Did you know this before you agreed?
I knew it a little. I thought I could bridge it.
And could you have known it fully if you had read the brief slowly before agreeing?
Yes, the mismatch was in the brief. I just didn't sit with it long enough to feel it.
The instruction says, give careful thought to the paths for your feet. Not just which path, but what the path requires. You agreed to a commission that required a different instrument than the one the king gave you. Not wrong to have a king-priest eye. Wrong to promise it will produce something it was not made to produce. What the instruction was protecting was not just the shelter. It was this.
Still possible.
The door is not closed. The work has to be returned to and completed with the full king-priest eye that should have been present from the beginning. But nothing is permanently forfeited that a return to the instruction can't restore.
So obedience now, going back to finish the shelter properly, that is still the right path.
It is always the right path. Obedience is never too late. It simply costs more the longer the alternative is practiced. Instruct the wise, and they will be wiser still. Teach the righteous, and they will add to their learning.
So this failure, the exhibition, the commission, the shelter stalled, it wasn't wasted.
Nothing the wise person walks through is wasted. If they allow it to instruct them, the capacity you now have to recognize wisdom's voice, to feel the anxious yes versus the settled yes, to notice when the wound is driving, to read the brief before agreeing to the path. You did not have this capacity at the beginning of this episode. You walked through a consequence that built it.
The hard way.
The hard way is still a way. Wisdom calls from the crossroads every day. She will call again tomorrow. The question is whether you will be someone who has learned to recognize her voice a little more clearly than you could before.
The wisdom that sees the full path from above the intersection, that was present before the foundations were laid, that delights in the human race and calls from every crossroads. To obey is better than sacrifice. The substitute, the rush drawing, the impressive offering made from the wrong place is never worth what the full instruction would have protected.
The capable person substituting their own good assessment for the full instruction. The natural result of not trusting the eye that sees further than theirs.
And the consequence of partial obedience?
Not punishment, simply the harvest of the seed that was actually planted.
And Proverbs 9:9?
The instruction received, even through failure, makes the wise person wiser. Nothing is wasted if it is allowed to teach.
The ninth law is time and seasons.
There is a time for every purpose under heaven.
Yes. And notice how the eighth law prepared you. The obedience failure this month was, at its root, a failure of seasons. Both doors were real. Neither was wrong in itself. Both were wrong for this season. You will learn in the ninth law to read seasons, to know when something is underground, when it is germinating, when it is the time to plant, and when it is the time to harvest.
The exhibition will come again.
First, finish the current one faithfully.
Finish the shelf first.
She is always there, at every intersection, calling, delighting in you, wanting to show you the view from above. The only question is whether you have learned to slow down enough to hear her before the fast path's urgency drowns her out.
She was at every intersection this month.
She is at every intersection of your life. She was present before you existed. She will be present after every fast path has shown its thorns. She calls and calls and calls.
I'm going to go back to the shelter tomorrow.
Yes, you are.
1. The stream, still flowing, did not wait for me. 2. The shoots, still growing, also did not wait. 3. Today I go back to what I was instructed to finish. Not because I have to, because I am a king priest. And a king priest finishes what the king placed in his hands before reaching for the next thing. And a king priest finishes what the king placed in his hands before reaching for the next thing.
I'm going back to the shelter this morning.
Good.
You knew what would happen when the two doors appeared?
I knew there were going to be doors. I didn't know which ones. I just knew the pattern.
Why didn't you warn me about the specific doors?
Because the instruction was enough, if received, and some lessons cannot be explained in advance. They have to be walked through.
You just do what you're told.
Yes, because Mama usually knows.
And when she doesn't explain why,
She still usually knows. She has been alive much longer than me.
You came back.
I should not have let it stall. I was working on other things that were not yet my season. I am sorry. The builders have been waiting 3 weeks. I know.
Then let us not waste the morning.
The drainage has to account for the north slope, 3 inches per meter. The seating angle, 15 degrees toward the stream so the eye naturally follows the water. I wanted to ask you about the exhibition. Not the technicality, I understand that. I want to understand what I should have done differently.
Tell me what you were drawing toward when you made the submission.
I was trying to prove something. Not to you. To someone who told me a pencil isn't a plan.
I thought so. I could feel it in the submission. The quality of observation was there, but it was straining. The best work you make will never be made to prove something.
I know that now.
The exhibition runs every year. Next year, come back with something made for the right reason. I will look for your name.
Uncle, I need to be honest about the Mr. Max's commission. What he wants, polished and prestigious, that is not what my eye gives. I could produce something technically correct, but it will not be what he needs for that space.
Eri, this was an opportunity.
I know, and I took it before understanding the brief properly. That was my mistake. I should have read it carefully before agreeing. What I can offer is honest, the way I see communities, people, the life that happens in ordinary places. If that serves him, I will work with everything I have. If it doesn't, we should say so now rather than deliver something that disappoints both of us.
Let me speak to him. I think he may be more flexible than the brief suggested. You might be surprised.
When I told you the thing worth doing is worth doing well, what did you hear that day?
General encouragement. I filed it as nice wisdom and kept moving.
And now? Good. That is how instruction works. Sometimes you hear the words the first time, you understand them the second time. Both times are necessary.
Done. Finish the shelter first. Finished.
This drainage specification, you accounted for the north slope variation.
Yes.
Grandma Lauren mentioned the flooding from that direction.
You added the secondary seating area. I did not ask for that.
The main seating will fill on market days.
This is better than what you were drawing 3 weeks ago.
I was drawing from the right place 3 weeks ago. You seem different from a month ago. In what way? You moved so fast, like something was chasing you.
Something was. And now you finished the shelter and you're sitting here. Nothing is chasing you. That's the difference between the anxious yes and the settled yes. The anxious yes moves fast because it's afraid the door will close. The settled yes can wait because it knows the right door stays open for the right season.
He looked at the shelter sketches again. He said, and these are his words, "I don't want suspicious, I want true. Show me the country I came from before I forgot it."
He wants something honest?
He wants what you actually make, not what we thought he wanted.
Neither of us read the letter properly the first time.
Eri, I am learning things from you.
2. The fact that finishing things feels better than starting things. I finished my project and it felt better than starting a new one would have felt.
How does she do that?
She has never learned to rush.
Are you talking about me?
Yes.
Good. I am worth talking about.
Inheritance. That one is mine. Next year, from the right foundation, the stream in the morning before anyone has taken anything from it or given anything to it, just itself. That is what Mr. Max said he wanted.
You stop looking like you're trying to prove something. Was it that obvious?
That is exactly it.
Sometimes things are not that complicated.
Not for the exhibition, not for anyone, not for any door. Just for the record, for the thing itself. Finished. The shelter. The commission renegotiated and begun from the right place. The exhibition. Next year. The right season. The right foundation.
What did the return to the shelter cost you?
3 weeks of the builders waiting. The elders' trust temporarily. 1 exhibition season.
What did it produce?
A better shelter than the first design. A commission brief that actually fits the instrument. A year of preparation for a theme that is genuinely mine.
Look at the roots.
They're all connected.
Every law tests every previous law. The 8th tested the 6th identity. It found where the 6th still has growing to do. It tested the 5th gratitude. A grateful king priest receives the instruction as gift rather than restriction. It tested the 4th giving. The one who gives wholly from the whole heart also obeys wholly, not partially.
So failing the 8th showed me where the others are still growing.
Yes. And the 9th will test the 8th. The law of time and seasons will ask whether you have learned to read when something is underground yet, when the season is not yet, when the right door is genuinely closed, not just whether you can finish what you began.
Mr. Max will put this on the wall and visitors from the city will stop in front of it and not be able to explain why.
Because it's true.
There is a wall in my office. In the city, it has nothing on it. Would you make something for it?
Yes. When the shelter is fully complete and Mr. Max's piece is delivered.
1. The stream. The shelter. Finished. In its full season. Next year's door. Waiting for me. No urgency needed. It will still be there when the season is right. The priestly function. You do not always know who the instrument will serve.
She was present before the foundations of the earth were laid. She stands at every crossroads. She calls from every gate. She sees the full path from above the intersection. To obey her is not to become less. It is to protect what the fast path cannot protect, and to build what the shortcut cannot build. Finish first, then watch what opens.
I am redeemed as a king and a priest unto God. I reign and rule on earth in dominion. God's presence, authority, and character is formed in me. Therefore, I am a God. I am clothed in Christ's righteousness as a garment for glory and for beauty. I function here as God's ambassador and subdue territories, thereby advancing and enforcing God's kingdom everywhere I go. I am a king. I am a priest. I am a king priest.